Greetings. I can't promise that these nightly content updates are going to become a habit, but I did have some extra time tonight, and tonight I was reading the Havamal, which is an Old Norse poem, and Norse pagans believe that the Havamal are the words of Odin himself that were recorded as he traveled across the 9 realms. Anyway, tonight I was reading the second stanza, which says, "Hail to a good host. A guest has come inside. Where should he sit? He is impatient, standing on the threshold, ready to try his luck." A bit of background. The first few stanzas of the Havamal talk about a traveler who arrives at some type of establishment. It's not specific. Could be a home, could be an inn. But stanza 2 seems to give advice for the host to sit and talk with this traveler, to sit and talk with this guest, to sit by the fire and talk with them for a little while. And supposedly in this way, the guest earns their trust, earns the warmth and the welfare that their host is providing. And I was thinking, in today's world, this actually happens a lot. For example, when a new employee is hired, they'll introduce the new employee, all of the new coworkers say hello, and everybody's very friendly. Most of the time that's genuine, sometimes it's not, but that's not my point. My point is that while outwardly everybody's very welcoming and supportive, after the initial introductions, we all know that the team they start to size up the new guy, right? They start to ask them questions, get to know them, and once that initial period is over, either the new person earns their place as part of the team, or they feel isolated and alone, and they never really mesh with the team and never really become an effective team. They never work well together. Now what this is teaching us is that when you are a guest or when you start a new job, you need to realize that you are being measured, you are being evaluated, whether that's said outright or not. Like the stanza says, you're being pressed to prove your luck. There's a common saying, right? You can't take back first impressions. That's the same principle. And this speaks to me right now. Without going into too much detail, I just moved to a new state a month ago. I was relocated by my work, and you can see I still have boxes everywhere, right? I haven't put everything away yet. I was moved to a new team, to a new position, new department, and my old team that I left, I had been with them for 10 years. Now, after 10 years working with the same team and knowing each other's habits and working well together, it's a very difficult process to start all of that over. It's also been difficult because as part of this move, like I said, out of state, my wife and I now live very far from both of our families. And for the first time, we really don't have any safety net. There's nobody nearby anyway to call when we need help. We do, always have the option to call family, but it's literally 8 hours, I think, nonstop driving. So we're, on our own, and that's a little bit new for us, but at the same time, we're okay with it. We're both very independent people. When we lived closer to our family, we're not the type of people that go visit all the time. We're both very independent. We're highly driven. We've both achieved a lot in our careers and at our old jobs. And we were at the point where, a relocation was necessary for both of us to continue to progress. We're not the type of people that are comfortable just staying in the same old dead-end job day after day. Even if we liked our job, there reaches a point where you've gone as far as you can go. And I guess what I'm saying is that change can be difficult, but unfortunately there is no growth without change. So for now, good night and be well. Skål.